Hey guys, welcome to Panel of Frames weekly anime podcast. I'm joined by the usual suspects, Phil and Lewis. This week
Alright.
we bring you some exciting episodes of the animes we're watching. We're going to look at Hell's Paradise, Demon Slayer, and Vinland Saga. We're going to start with Hell's Paradise, which actually has been quite. It's been only 3 episodes in, but it's been quite action packed and quite cinematic.
Yeah.
So episode 3, Weakness and Strength, adapts chapters 3, 4, 5, and a little bit of chapter 6. There was some interesting. Well, so let me just get off like there's a bit they didn't adapt. There's a backstory of one of the characters which isn't at the start of chapter 6, but they didn't adapt it. They missed like 10
Oh,
pages. And they
okay.
went
All right. So,
go on.
Eugene, before you carry on, right? So, of course, you said what is it, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah. Well,
So,
a bit of 6, a bit of 6.
okay. So, were these chapters shorter than the previous
Yeah,
chapters?
so chapter 1 was like 60 pages, chapter 2 was 50 pages.
Okay.
So you know, like sometimes with manga, they're normally the pilot they would do like 100 pages or like
yeah, they do.
So
Yeah.
these are like 20 pages because I think it's back to being weekly in it.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. So it adapted a bit of chapter 6, but obviously I think for me the episode starts off sick where you see obviously the chief, Gabima's chief, getting attacked and getting his like guts.
Getting attacked. Well, he basically butchered himself, mate, or got himself butchered. What the heck? Was pulling out his intestines and all that. Had a knife through here, like, oh my God, bro.
And you know what's funny? Yeah, in the manga, they just showed it was just one panel where you just saw him stabbed up. So I think that was so sick. They animated it really nicely as well, and it being graphic was because not everyone pulled off graphic scenes well, and I think this was like done so good. And now we're at the island finally, and we meet another of the Ashimon who explains the rankings, and Sagiri's rank bottom.
But he never explained it. She stopped him before she did.
He said she's lost though.
Lost, but he never really explained how you become lost.
He didn't say what the numbers were. So in the manga, when they reveal a new character, an Ashimon, they reveal their rank at the same time. But I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it'll be like a little character card that will say their name, rank, and everything, and it'll say the number. So I know what rank he is and what rank she is now. They didn't really do that in this one, innit? In anime. I don't know how they're going to do it later on. But so my question is, if she's ranked like she's last year, and Gabimaru's like was shook of her, how strong do you think the other guys are? The other.
What, the other
Ashimon.
what's it called? Oh, the Ashimon. They must be tough.
Because if she's like, quite strong.
Oh, bro.
But Eye Patch guy got done it, didn't he?
He got folded with the swiftness.
And I thought he was going to be some serious guy.
Man turned into a KFC wing, fam. Was just there getting munched on. What the heck?
You know what? I didn't want to, because obviously I didn't tell you last week. I don't want to spoil anything for you last week because obviously there's been several deaths in the first. We're not on the island yet. I know it was on the island yet. There's only been several deaths. You had the chick trying to, seduce the guy. Next, he's just like, nah, cut her head off.
Yeah.
You got obviously the king of the bandits, rip that guy apart.
Rip the guys on, rip that apart, yeah.
You got other ninja girl. She stabbed up the guy who she pretended to work with.
Yeah.
And then you got obviously man like what's it, Lord Ethan getting one, and the fact that he tried to slice him, then his soul got smashed, and he just got his whole top body was smashed.
Yeah,
unbelievable. And he's meant to be. He was going on like he was like the Don of Dons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was like, as I said, like Byakuya, friend.
So this is one thing about Hell's Paradise, which I'm just telling you guys what you're in for. There's a lot of stuff you're gonna be like, bloody hell, unexpected stuff like this, and it's not just now. So that's I think you enjoyed that kind of unexpected stuff.
When I was watching it, because you said it was quite a trippy manga.
Yeah, what do you think?
I thought all this bit was kind of like a bit of a fever dream. I was thinking maybe they're not all dead. It's just the island saying this could happen.
I hear you.
I was going, this can't be happening, but clearly.
Were you more like thinking because it's too quickly, like it just
felt
like dreams. Like, this is a scenario that could happen. And
then on top of it, the way that the Ashimon was explaining it as well. Like, oh yeah, this is what's gonna happen in the future, basically. Like, it kind of like seemed as you were saying, it seemed like a dream sequence or like just this imaginary future.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say, though, which is quite interesting, is like, remember, there's over 100 chapters, and if they've killed off half of the characters within the first couple of pages, you know, there's what you know, it's going to be a bit of it's going to be interesting to see how they, from your point of view anyway, how they develop the remaining characters and what happens next. Obviously, we got to see Gabby Mario in action again.
Yes.
Another character who's like ridiculously OP, like probably he's just so OP. Like, you know, when that guy, what's his name? The guy who stitched the armor to himself.
Oh yeah. The weird perverted weapons.
The weapon. Yeah.
Kian, yeah. So when he hit Gabimaru with the mace in the first, in the manga, you literally see Gabimaru. There's one panel where his neck was literally snapped all the way back, but the anime didn't really. They didn't do that.
Cool.
It was very interesting to see that, and my whole thing is, it's like this is quite a very violent manga, and I think it needs to be shown that way because that's part of the, I guess, beauty of this show. It's you know what I mean. Yeah, it needs to be violent, and that's it. There's no point in making this if you're not going to make it.
But then again, exactly. But then again, it's weird. As you were saying, it's weird that they wouldn't show it because they've shown my man get boiled by a flipping oil. They've shown him get
ripping someone's neck with his teeth.
Exactly. So it's
I think it was more a thing of like poor animation compared to like them not showing it. I feel it was just poorly animated, basically. And that's weird for Mappa, who are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey man, goats can slip up sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, they did a few times on Vinland in the early episodes of season 2.
Yeah. We've got to allow them. Goats can slip up sometimes, man.
But you also know there's money involved in these things, so there's people at the top going, I think you should take that out. I think you should just change that a little bit. Can you make that a little less red? Because that looks a bit too gory.
True.
But what were your guys' thoughts of the episode? Like, obviously you're new to this now, so what are your thoughts on where it's going and how it went?
I think it just picked up from where it left off and like kept the same intensity, which I was expecting and I wanted. So the action was up there. We got to learn a bit more about Ashimon and like the village, and even though they didn't really reveal how the rankings work, but we know now that Gabimaru's assassin or executioner is basically the weakest one. Yeah, and then as you said, like basically we've seen half of like the main cast just get finished. So I like how it's going. I like how it's going totally.
No, I'm loving this anime. But do you think Sagari, that's her name, isn't it, right? She's a job's worth. She is a job's
definitely.
Worth. Because we know he already busts out chains. Yeah. He's got ropes on. She already knows that he can bust out chains, and why is she even bothering? If he wanted to, he could leave.
And also what's even more funny is that she's a job's worth that couldn't even do a job properly because when push came to shove, he was like, he murked her, you know what I mean? He just he finished her. And I think like all the other Ashimon, the one we've seen, he was just like, look where we are. I'm never gonna bother with these maniacs.
Exactly.
Let them do their thing. I want to live, you know what I mean? And then I know it's very interesting. And I think like you were saying, Phil, about the rankings, we don't know if that ranking might be based off ability or based off like kind of like their moral, she might be like lower ranked because she finds it hard to kill people, and that's why she's lower ranked.
And he said that as well. Like he said something about that. I can't remember the exact word for word, but it was something along the lines of I don't know. I'm going to butcher it, but he basically said something like that. Yeah,
exactly. So it could be like she's just like really powerful, but I mean, well, she isn't overly powerful because she's been banged already in episode 2, episode 3.
I could be wrong, because I might have not spotted them. But is it a sexist thing that she's low ranked? Because is there any more females?
Ooh, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any. And then even when you try to remember back to the time when they were with the Shogun and they were like panning around and you could see like the other ones, you didn't see no other women.
So maybe it's one of those things like she's only got in that position because her father was like an ultimate.
Yeah.
The ultimate G.
Yeah. But then
might be a shout.
No, the other Ashimon has spoken to her like rudely or spoken to her like she's like they're disrespecting her. You know what I mean? They've just
that might be even more of a reason. Your dad was a top G, yeah. So because of your dad, we're respecting you to this certain amount because of your dad. You're here because of this. We're not going to be disrespectful. So could be one of them ones.
Yeah, no, definitely, and it would be interesting. Like then it would be nice. It would be cool to see if her dad makes an appearance and he's like some just powerful guy. You know what I mean? Later on, and he's like, you know, he could be that one. You know, we have the old guys in all these animes. He could be one of those.
Yeah, man, the old guys that are just OP. You don't want to mess with them. Yeah, that would be a good little cameo.
Giants in half. What do you think of the creatures living on the island then?
Yeah, bro. They're messed up. And the way that guy chopped his hand off, though.
With the swiftness.
Bro. He didn't think twice, bro. He got bit.
With the swiftness. He saw it. He saw the little bump. Saw the thing. Hand gone.
So what one thing I'll say about that guy, yeah, originally they were meant to show his backstory before that scene happened. Just to give us a little bit backstory about him. So I think they might do it to start the next episode. But then it's just, I don't know if it maybe it doesn't work. It didn't work. You know what I mean? I feel like knowing his backstory, you kind of understand why he cut his hand off because you know a bit more about like what he's been through and what kind of a guy he is. But I guess just introducing him and maybe just adds a bit of mystery when he cuts his hand off. It works there's two different ways, but they both, I guess, kind of work. But I don't know, prefer.
And it falls in line with the rest of how the story's going because we only know the backstory of our main two characters.
100%, yeah.
So we don't know anything else about the other criminals. So yeah.
What are you guys looking for? Well, what are you expecting to happen next? Or hoping?
More of the same. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Right? I'm gonna say I'm gonna add something else. I'm gonna say the village that Gabimaru's from. I want to see what kind of work they be doing when they get to the island. Yeah, they kind of like remind me of like the Umbu Black Ops in Naruto, low key.
Yeah,
and like you know what I'm saying. They kind of remind me of them guys. So yeah, I want to see what kind of job they're on. I want to see if we actually see their chief, and we can see like the quote unquote elixir of life in action. But yeah, just more Gabimaru and more madness because these creatures. I want to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah. What were you, Lewis?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see like them creatures that we saw right at the end. Like, what kind of threat are they to everybody? Because right now it's building up like they're just going to be absolutely nuts. Just the way like even little bees could just annihilate you.
Yeah,
it's like Jumanji on steroids.
Yeah, that's a good way for it.
Mate, that's true.
Title of this episode: Jumanji on steroids. No, honestly, I'm glad you guys are liking it, and I think story-wise, it's really like not going to be what you expect, and I think you guys are going to be like, we'll come. Let's say, hopefully, 10 weeks down the line, you guys will be like, damn.
How many episodes is this going to be again?
I've not seen the episode list, but I guess they're doing like 4 episodes per, 3 to 4 episodes per chapter, and there's 90. There's more than 100.
13.
There's 13 episodes.
13, yeah. Okay.
Is that long enough for all of it? There might be. I reckon it'll be season 2 then. I don't think that's long enough,
13. That's what you're saying.
Well, it will just last. It'll just last the spring anime season, won't it? And then we'll probably get season 2 next year or something. But 13's not too bad, I guess. It's not too bad. But anyway, guys, do you want to give your scores for this week's episode?
9 for me. Still continually keeping me hooked. And what more can I say? Like, it's just been amazing so far. 3 episodes.
I'll give it 8.5. 8.5, yeah, 9. I'm not sure. I don't know which one to pick. So I'll just say 8.5. Action's good, storylines good, backstory, all the other stuff is good, and the progress for it to like get better, I think is still there. So maybe that's why I'm giving it a little bit less of a score. So yeah, 8.5. It
was sick. I was gonna give it a 9, man, because it's sick, man. It's a good other than like that one the one frame that they did. I think the rest of it, the adaptation was amazing. It was pretty on point. They did everything well, and the stuff that they did elevate from the manga worked really well, like the opening scene. That was great, man. Yeah, there was a bit of things they didn't put in, but sometimes anime is going to tell it its own way, I guess, for it to work. You know what I mean? So I don't mind that too much.
You've changed.
No. You know what? Like sometimes they just got to do what they got to do, man. And yeah, it's fine.
That's how good this anime is. That you're not even worried that it's not adapted it fully.
No, because I feel like they will bring certain parts in, but the parts they didn't put in, they were crucial, but I think they'll bring it in later on. And so it's not like they're not adding in anything random like bowling. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I feel like we're always going to draw back to this.
100%.
We're always going to do it.
Anyway, no, let's not go back. Thank you for watching our podcast. If you'd like to see some more of our great anime discussions, check out the videos on the left or right. In the meantime, you can like, subscribe, or comment.